Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Wino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, there is this question that a lot of people have been asking me, and I've been trying to dodge it simply because I didn't have clear information about it. That is why I didn't just want to talk about anything that I don't know about. I had to dig deep and do my own research, do inquiries, and know exactly what is going on before I talk about it. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, where is Edwin Sifuna, the Secretary General of ODM Party, and why is he silent since Raila Odinga had a handshake or agreed with William Samoei Ruto to give him some of the ODM party leaders so that they can work in his government as CSS. We all know who Edwin Sifuna is, and some years back or some months back, before during the demonstrations which were planned by Raila Odinga, and even the demonstrations of the Gen Zs, we were seeing the way Edwin Sifuna was standing firm with the Gen Zs, trying to defend the Gen Zs against police. And we also even remember when they were in parliament, there was something that happened in parliament, and Edwin Sifuna was forced to run to a police officer to warn police officer against shooting the Gen Zs. But now the question is, why is Edwin Sifuna silent? Why is Edwin Sifuna silent? Edwin Sifuna had been viral, and we even remember at one point the UDA leaders, the UDA Secretary General, gave a notice that Edwin Sifuna should not be allowed to have a panel, to have an interview, the same panel with the UDA politicians, because it's like an embarrassment. Edwin Sifuna can embarrass you and is trying to expose the negative things that are being done by the government.
Way to finish what I'm saying, they are building capacity.
Of who?
And
Haiti has no police force.
No, let me.
They are bringing in police force from other countries. No, they have no police force.
They are building capacity. That country needs help more than any other country.
Whose capacity? Whose capacity are they building?
Of the people to protect themselves.
Aye.
So they will start from scratch. They will start from scratch.
Okomo Elder, you are lying. You are lying, Omwami. You are lying.
You are misbehaving. You are misbehaving. You are misbehaving. You cannot call a performance.
You are lying. You are lying, Omwami. You are lying on national TV. It's not a training.
They are going to increase capacity
of the citizens
in
Jesus.
Haiti. Okay. Now,
but the question is, where is Edwin Sifuna, and why is he not speaking up? In the past days, just like I've said, a day will not pass without Edwin Sifuna featuring in the top news or even in magazines, newspapers, and even on the X space. Why? Because the people thought and people knew that this is the best man who can defend Kenyans against bad governance, who can talk about things that are happening in the country on behalf of Kenyans. He had a heart of defending people, because he felt like what the government was doing was not right. But where did things turn upside down and made Edwin Sifuna to go silent without speaking his mind, without even featuring outside, without saying anything? When Raila Odinga was given chance to appoint some of his ODM leaders or ODM members to go and join William Ruto in the government so that they can work together to form a broad-based government, there is a mistake that Raila Odinga did, which I think made Edwin Sifuna feel like he has been betrayed. Raila Odinga went ahead and chose 4 of his party leaders, excluding Edwin Sifuna, who could have happened to be the 5th one. He took minority leader Opiyo Wandayi. He took the national chairman of ODM party, John Mbadi. He went ahead and took deputy party leaders, that is Wycliffe Oparanya, together with Alias and Joho, to go and join William Ruto. Why did he leave behind Edwin Sifuna, who happens to be one of the most brilliant person in ODM? Number one thing that I think made Raila Odinga to leave Edwin Sifuna, not including him in the broad-based government, is that Raila Odinga does not like people who are sharp. That is the first reason. And we can see that even with what is happening right now with Babu Wino. Babu Wino has not been included anywhere. Babu Wino has not even been given any position to be in ODM. It's just like any other person. So one thing I think is betrayal. That is why Edwin Sifuna has been silent for all that while. But why would Edwin Sifuna feel betrayed. Yet he has been defending Raila Odinga for all those years. He even went ahead and said that people who joined the government, they went because they wanted to go. It is not because Raila Odinga was aware of that. And if they even decided to go when Raila Odinga was not in the country.
What has happened is this. I, as a lawyer, understand that the president has a prerogative to nominate any person to his cabinet. Any person. So if he has been having conversations with John Mbadi, you will not get me to say anything bad about John Mbadi. He's a man that I've worked with in ODM for a very long time. But if he is honest, he will tell you there was no resolution of any organ of a party because he sits in his organs of a party.
Okay.
For him to join government, he has been tapped by the president. He has accepted.
Yeah.
So we don't begrudge these 4 people. But for you to conflate and say ODM has joined government is to tell an open lie.
So why is this an open lie when the chairman, who is John Mbadi, is in cabinet?
Now,
the 2 deputies, wait. The 2 deputies, Ali Hassan Joho, Wycliffe Oparanya, are in cabinet. The minority leader, Opiyo Wandayi, is in cabinet.
That's what I'm telling you.
So how can you then say that you've not joined government?
This is what I want to tell you. ODM is not the SG. I am not ODM. The party chairman is not ODM. ODM is a movement of people, over 5 million Kenyans who are registered members of ODM. And there is a way in which organizations such as ODM make a decision. Let me tell you, Trevor, why we were insisting on having a conversation before any of these things happen. Because right now, like Sifuna, I eat, dream, and leave ODM. If today I find myself seated next to Kindiki in cabinet, to discuss what are we going to implement, because a conversation would have happened in which we would have agreed that, first of all, the president is going to rip up his bottom-up manifesto, and then we are going to rip up our Azimio manifesto. We come up with a document that encompasses the beliefs and the priorities of both political parties. What manifesto are these people going to implement? I heard the president very clearly yesterday. He said they are going to implement the bottom-up transformative manifesto. And
Number 2, I think the second reason as to why Edwin Sifuna is silent, or Edwin Sifuna is very much silent, is because during the appointment, Raila Odinga maybe will have told him that, we can't take you to the government because you are very brave. You are very brilliant. So your brilliance can be used. We can still use it to maintain ODM because ODM also needs sharp minds. That is another reason. Raila Odinga maybe felt like if I take Edwin Sifuna to the government, ODM will remain without anybody. Because take a look at those who are in the ODM right now. You can't tell me that, okay, they are leaders, but people like Gladys Wanga, people like Millicent, in as much as maybe they are leaders, yes, but the vibrance is very much important. So I think that is another reason why Raila felt like, no, let me not take Edwin Sifuna to the government, because if at all I do that mistake and take Edwin Sifuna to the government, then ODM will be finished. ODM will have no one who can stand firm, because as a Secretary General, because you are like an overseer of the party leaders. So you have to speak bravely. You have to be brave. You have to do everything right to defend your party. And that is what exactly Edwin Sifuna has been doing for the past years. Another thing is that today when I was trying to follow up Edwin Sifuna, someone sent me a link, and I was watching that. Edwin Sifuna is in Seattle. He went for a trip or a journey. For the past 2 weeks, Edwin Sifuna have not been around the country. So during his time in Seattle, there is this thing that this guy said that I would like us to listen to. These guys say that they are really disappointed in the government, and they are really disappointed in ODM
and the dynamics of itself. So I would like you to explain to us how we can have an opposition which you are a part of, ODM, and then all of a sudden the Gen Zs came out and gave us direction where they want our country to go, and I'm really proud of those young kids. They understand what they want, they understand the Constitution very well, and they are very articulate when it comes to it. And so, your party, ODM, takes advantage of that and goes and joins the government, if I'm wrong, Because as we are talking right now, you have some people who have been appointed into Ruto's ministries, yeah? I don't know how to describe that. That's bad politics. That's not politics that can progress our country, because if you're in the opposition, you need to be in the opposition and play your role in the opposition. You can't just go and join the government. And now, as a matter of fact, when you listen to the Gen Zs, they've declared, we are the opposition. So mine was just a statement of disappointment with the ruling political elite in Kenya, and especially, I'll be very blunt, your boss, Raila Odinga, honestly, we are disappointed. We are very disappointed. As a matter of fact, right now, if you do a polling in the diaspora, most of these diasporans would be more embracing to invite the Gen Zs to come here than the Kenyan political ruling elite.
So are you listening? That is one of the people who are living in diaspora. They have been in Seattle. They are with Edwin Sifuna, and they are telling Sifuna point blank that we are really disappointed in your boss. How comes he can go and join the government? And right now, we even prefer that even the Gen Zs, we can even decide to call the Gen Zs, we can support the Gen Zs. They can come here, they talk to us, and instead of calling the politicians. And one last statement that those guys told Sifuna is that we can support you. We are ready, we can support you. It is up to you now to decide. If you can run for the presidency, we will support you. There is no big deal in doing that. And we know the people of diaspora, they're capable of doing anything. As long as they know that after appointing you or after supporting you, you will not disappoint them. So that is it. That is what is happening right now. So those who have been asking where Sifuna is around. He's just taking some cover. I know that he's going to come back, but he's going to come back in full force. After all, guys, that is the only information I have about Edwin Sifuna. Let me also know what you think in the comment section. But just a reminder, if you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like, share, and drop a comment and tell me what you think and where you are watching us from. As I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in form of communication. And not fail to appreciate those who have been giving us support, because without a support, the channel cannot grow and it cannot reach where it has reached as now. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface Awino. Bye-bye.